Hey guys, Enchanting Gaming here. Now we have some very exciting times coming for Lorcana in these two upcoming sets. Heavy hitters being Toy Story and Monsters Inc., along with others sprinkled in like The Incredibles, Brave, potentially Turning Red and Up. It's gonna be some crazy few months coming up here. And I just want to let you guys know, do not FOMO buy stuff like this. For instance, on TCG Player, you got a box case for $700, extremely overpriced for a set that has not even released. You will be able to get these for lower than this for sure. Like I was able to get a case for 450. Probably could have got for a little less, but no, I was being a little bit nice to my LGS to not kind of ask them to go lower. So it came out to about 112.50 a box, which is not a bad deal at all. It's still decently under MSRP. And I suggest to all you, do a little bit of looking around online. Make sure to add the item to the cart and check what shipping and tax potentially are. And after that, go check out your local game store, see what kind of price they'll give you. Just don't go buying the first stuff you see. Like, this stuff should not be touched at all. None of these singles cards, just don't even get any of this yet on TCG Player. It's all completely overpriced. You will be able to get boxes, at the minimum at MSRP, not this $200 for a box. So hold out, look around, you'll find something way better. And then that goes also for the July set, Attack of the Vine. They got that same nonsense here. Do not pre-order any of this stuff on TCG Player. It's just absolutely crazy. Now, just think, guys, these next two sets are likely to have large initial print runs, not to mention they're highly likely to be reprinted in the future. So I I would say you're not going to miss out whatsoever on these two sets. They're not going to be like Fabled, where you can't buy it anymore, essentially, unless for some reason they do actually do a reprint. Albeit I think that would be a small reprint for Fabled. They're not going to skyrocket up to $400 a box within half a year. These sets are gonna stay down low for a while, so don't follow them. And I just wanted to go over that July set coming out. So looking in the chat here, it's gonna be obviously Monsters Inc. with the potential of Up and Tangled and even Turning Red being in it. So with Up, you actually can see on the box art Carl Fredrickson's Floating House and Balloons, The Spirit of Adventure Airship. And then I have not been able to see Rapunzel's Tower. I might be blind with that. I'm not sure where they're seeing that, but here's the house with the balloons and the airship. Now, I guess they're also saying Turning Red officially confirmed to be part of this set's roster. I don't know. I haven't noticed any word on that yet. Now, looking at the Trove, I'm assuming this is Belle and Gaston. I can't tell at all what the world this third one would be. But that's kind of what I've found thus far for the upcoming July set. It's gonna be another huge set for Lorcana. Monsters Inc. popular. Kind of surprised they didn't put it as a Halloween set, though I know Coco is kind of partially or more so in reference to like Day of the Dead kind of stuff. So it's kind of a horse apiece which one they wanted to place there, I guess. So I just I'm curious. We've had this run up since essentially the beginning of March, and it just does not seem to be slowing down. I hope at least that's 9, 10, 11 would take a break and just cool off for a while, but don't seem to be getting that occurring. I'll even partially set 1. Now sets 2 through 8 are starting to get going a little bit like I was thinking they would be since they stayed more so undervalued while the other 4 sets had a run. But it's just kind of going to be an interesting time to see what happens when Wilds Unknown does come out, since a lot of these boxes have already been ordered. It's kind of hard to find product at any real decent price at this point. There are still places you can get it, but it's getting more scarce for sure. And there's been some word from some people about potential cancellations of their orders. I don't know how true that all is, but yeah, I hope mine does not get canceled. uh, yeah, it's just, are we gonna keep continuously going up with everything through Wilds Unknown, through Attack of the Vine, then kind of cool down a little bit because of rotations, which I don't think, in all honesty, rotations is gonna affect the price that much, since sets 5 through 8 they're used a little bit, but I don't know that they're all that necessary with what you have from 9, 10, 11, 12 coming out here, and then I'm sure Monsters Inc. is going to have quite a bit of meta relevant cards as well. So outside of sets 5 through 8's cards that were meta, which I could see dipping in price, I don't know that the other cards are going to see any significant hit to them, like we saw when sets 1 through 4 had their rotation occur. And it's just kind of like, well, when do we have this market stall finally? It just keeps seeming like we are going up and up too much to me. And it was needed for sure to go up, but I also like when markets kind of level off and build support. I'm big into building support, not just constantly going up and up, because at the end of the day, that just means a bigger crash at some point, which we don't want to see. But it's just so hard to say with Lorcana, because there's just not that many people in it. It's honestly, a lot of people don't even know about Lorcana. When you look at Pokemon with how many people are over there, it's like, the sky is kind of the limit for Lorcana right now. So, yeah, just very much something I'm wondering on when we are going to finally stall out. But yeah, just don't FOMO buy this stuff, guys. A lot of it, you most definitely can find better deals. Honestly, you should be able to still find boxes at like 120 at least. So, yeah, with that, guys, though, I'll catch you all in the next one.